So an abbreviated mailbag. Let's see.
How do you abbreviate mailbag? MLBG?
TQ.
No, I've said my... Or you could go... No, that would abbreviate it.
Nope, that wouldn't. We can just say mailbag.
The move... You know, like if your jaw was broken and you were drunk.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Apropos of
Not that I've ever been drunk with a broken jaw.
Apropos with an episode. By
the way, I'm wearing this because Scott is in snow now.
That's right. It's
snowed up to his little chin. That's why his chin is so white.
The snow's coming down here, and it's a winter storm warning, Tony.
Is it another storm of the century?
Yeah, it's another snowpocalypse.
The snowpocalypse of 2022.
I've mostly been disappointed the past few years, with the snowpocalypses.
My story is rather long that we're going to do here.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Okay, so we'll do that.
And I'm about to do the little tease thing, and then you'll do a couple of stories, and I'll do one story because it's long, but it's like Weatherman. The whole country is like Weatherman in Minnesota. They have all this time to fill. In the old days, they used to tell you stuff about the weather and what it was going to do, and no big deal.
Yeah, right.
In the old days, you would never once think of saying, hey, if you can, stay home. You would never say that because your sponsors would call up and say, what the hell?
Yeah, we want them to stop by and order something.
Now we're such prisses as a country and as, Minnesota people. Stay home, work from home if you can. It's better that don't go out, God. People will die.
I just saw Kirk Cousins.
We've all become, if you will, pardon the expression today, wimpy.
Snowflake.
That's it. Yes.
I just saw Kirk Cousins say, man, you guys are hardy up here. I mean, the snow can be howling and you're still out moving.
This is from a kid from Minnesota, and he went to college in Michigan, for God's sake.
Right, but he says it ain't like here.
Well, nothing. Michigan's not like anything.
It's like they told Goldsworthy, where the hell is Minnesota? Well, you head south into the States, cross the bridge, get into Michigan, take a right.
Yep.
And drive until it gets so cold your car won't work.
Then you're there. Call someone. They'll come get you. Just call Lou. Call Lou. He'll come get you. If he's not in Florida, because he's not an idiot.
Yeah, that's Minnesota hockey, man. Anyway, apropos of episode 503, the one comment we got the past week.
We only got what? Boy, we must be slipping.
Chris Combs, my brother, no relation. Paintball pepper spray. Remember when I told you about they've got paintball guns that shoot, pepper ball things now? And it's pretty cool. Yeah. And I've seen them test them, and holy crap, I wouldn't be the guy at the other end of that.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, would
you be the guy testing bulletproof vests?
No. And I got to
let's see if it works after it's been shot once.
My aiming point is a little below center of mass, right at the old twig and berries. Right below there, old center of mass thing. And Chris says, son,
you're shooting for the, what is it? What do they always say? The sternum. You're shooting for the sternum.
Yeah, well, no.
When you ever see a guy grabbing his sternum area,
it
looks a lot like someone who got hit in the noogies.
So we're going to put it there. Son, this is going to hurt you a whole lot more than it'll hurt me.
Aye, Captain.
And in every way imaginable, I mean.
And without even thinking about it.
Right?
See, you can get really cool stories like this, so you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Although it still boggles the mind that someone would want to. By liking, subscribing, and following, This Is True Really News. You can send us tasty tidbits at TITR.netradio.network.
At netradio.network.
Whatever. What the fucking computers.
Friggin' Luddite.
Yeah. You realize at one point I was on the cutting edge of this stuff?
You were.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you learn a language, you either use it
or you lose it.
Anyway, like, subscribe, follow This Is Truly News. We would most deeply appreciate that. And I thank you for your support.
So
that's Canadian, by the way, not Minnesotan.
Oh, I like it. I like my Canadian brethren.
We'd say Ufta. That would be Minnesotan.
Pretty much.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
So, Quora questions. One Wendy Carolyn.
Oh, I thought we were going to have some bit of normalcy in this show, but apparently not.
Well, I think she did a good job. She studied history, the history of Great Britain. And she answered.
Why is Great Britain Great Britain? I mean, why isn't it, Good Britain?
Because half-assed Britain was taken.
Fairly decent Britain. I suppose that's too long. They could have gone with OK Britain. Then it'd be the OK UK.
Yeah, well, no.
Don't, Vlad. Don't even think about it. I don't know.
I'd like him to think about it. I think it'd be fun. In any case, she studied history. And the question in Quora was, what did Anglo-Saxons use as toilet paper? You have any guesses, Antoine?
Normans?
Well, they lived side by side, not on top of each other.
Yeah, well.
Well, some got on top of
yeah.
Obviously,
don't start. Oh, breeding. No, stop that. Didn't want to go there. I don't know. Gosh, now I'm perplexed and wondering out loud what they would be using for toilet paper.
Well, first off, both Norse and Saxon toilets were generally just pits dug in the ground surrounded by walls of wattle.
Did it have a log?
It had a seat.
If you watch Norsemen, they had a log.
It's a piece of wood with a hole.
All the guys would be sitting there talking. It was very entertaining.
Samples of human waste excavated at Coppergate.
First two seasons were very funny, by the way, of Norsemen.
Yeah, I saw the first season.
Yeah.
And anyway, these the human waste excavated still retained traces of bran and even worm eggs.
That's not good.
I thought maybe they were cultivating them.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not good.
Moss was gathered.
Randy?
Moss was gathered. Not Randy. No.
Oh, okay.
Moss was gathered and used as an early version of toilet paper. Sphagnum moss is very absorbent.
I don't
It's
care.
actually antibacterial.
Yeah, but I'm going to have moss in my places.
It was used by both the Anglo-Saxons and the Vikings, of which the Whipple clan was
Generally not at the same time.
Right. The Whipple clan was well known for requesting others not squeeze the sphagnum.
We went all that way for that, didn't we?
Not entirely.
There's more?
Other plants
my God, I can hardly wait.
Sometimes, but I have it on good authority that wet sphagnum moss trumps everything. Nature's answer to both tissue and moist toilet wipes. It cleans, it cools, it moistens, it refreshes. Get sphagnum today.
Okay, we'll work with we're just working with the names.
Yeah.
We would call it something else, like anything.
Charmin sphagnum.
Please don't squeeze the Charmin sphagnum. Yeah, that'd be better. We're Mr. Whipple. When you want your microwaved shells and cheese, you do not want to waste time fooling around. This came from the South Florida Sun Sentinel, okay?
Okay, and anybody in particular that we know?
No.
Oh. Okay.
But it's going to sound like what America has become.
Oh.
To me. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me, I'm going to ask you for 2 words to describe this when we're done, and then you can tell me.
Okay.
Sounds good. Apparently, a time-strapped Hialeah woman, Amanda Ramirez, says she wouldn't have purchased Velveeta's microwavable shells and cheese cups if she'd known they would have taken longer to be ready than the 3.5 minutes stated on the box.
And how much longer? Because I read this much.
See, I read this first paragraph, and I'm right away litigious and petty. Mm-hmm. Ramirez is the lead plaintiff in a proposed federal class action lawsuit.
There's a lawyer that took this up?
At least 2 so far. A lead plaintiff in a proposed federal class action accusing Kraft and Heinz Foods Company, which used to be 2 separate food companies, of violating state and federal laws against deceptive and unfair trade practice. There's also fraud, false and misleading advertising, breach of express warranty, negligent misrepresentation, and unjust enrichment. So does that mean they put vitamins in there?
Yeah, well, and on lack of sphagnum.
The suit was filed in U.S. District Court in Miami by William Wright of the Wright Law Office, PA, and by Spencer Sheehan of Spencer and Associates, PC, in Great Neck, New York. So far, at least 2, because the ambulances weren't running that day.
Apparently not. Too much snow.
In my head, Ramirez bought the product, a box of 8 2.39-ounce cups, at locations that included a Publix supermarket in Hialeah betwixt October and November of 2022. Among other times, the suit states, adding she paid a premium price of $10.99 for 3 of those little rascals. A graphic printed on the bottom right corner of the front of the box. Wow. Ready in 3.5 minutes. But the 3.5 minutes is merely the amount of time the product needs to cook in the microwave, according to the suit. More time is required to complete the 4 steps needed to get it ready to eat. Quoting the directions on the box, you have to remove lid and cheese sauce pouch, add water to fill line and cup, stir. Third, you have to. Are you ready? Here's where the time comes in.
Hey,
okay, we're in the middle of directions here, dude.
I'm aching. That's all I'm saying.
Got news for you. I'm right there with you. Microwave uncovered on high, 3.5 minutes. Do not drain. And finally, they should stir in contents of cheese sauce pouch. So all of that, I'm guessing, would take
4 minutes.
That might be a little much, but sure, let's go with 4 minutes. The complaint adds that the directions then note that the cheese sauce will thicken upon standing.
It's got legs?
Yes, it has thickened legs. Consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe that it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the product.
Oh, you got it.
Hang on. Are you the lawyer here or not? You are not.
I are not.
You don't even have a cool woolly Twins cap.
No, but I have a cool.
You did.
Yes, I don't.
Yeah, you don't now.
I have a cool cap.
Hey,
what?
Who's doing this?
You.
Hush. Wow, I never thought I'd say that. I mean, Danny, adult.
I got.
Well, it wasn't really an adult. It was Scott. But anyway, consumers seeing
one of them hush puppies.
Consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare. Somebody wrote this and probably presented it to a judge with a straight freaking face.
How? How is that even possible?
Don't have a clue.
They must have had a dead person deliver it.
Where were we? Represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the product, Your Honor. Meaning that from the moment it is unopened to the moment it is ready for consumption, according to the suit. The suit does not state how much time Ramirez actually spent getting her cups of shells and cheese ready to eat. The suit also claims that the $10.99 price is higher than similar products that are represented in a non-misleading way and higher than it, quote, would be sold for absent the misleading representation and omissions. Shh. Kraft Heinz Foods Company, who have lawyers for this sort of thing, did not respond to the request for information, please, because it's a, ongoing frivolous lawsuit. Ramirez intends to buy Velveeta microwavable shells and cheese again when she can do so with the assurance its representations are consistent with its abilities, attributes, and or composition. It says so right there in the lawsuit. It also says that the class of victims is likely to number more than 100, so they're seeking damages of more than $5 million, including statutory and punitive damages plus interest and costs. The ever popular plus costs. That's to pay for the attorneys, basically.
All right, you want my 2 words?
No, I'm not done yet.
Holy crap.
Because there's more. This isn't the only dumb one.
Duh.
Okay, give me the 2 words you would use for that.
Money grab.
Yeah, litigious and petty. We're okay. Lawsuits accusing well-known food companies of making misleading marketing statements are no strangers to South Florida because old people live there. And young people with no
dinks.
Apparently young people with no clothes. In March, 4 plaintiffs were named in a proposed class action suit claiming Miami-based Burger King portrayed sandwiches in their advertisements with meats significantly larger than what customers actually get. Burger King countered that the plaintiffs' claims are not those of reasonable consumers who know that food looks different in ads than in real life, which is true. Mostly because any model looks different in ads than in real life.
Nerd.
The company contended its meats are as large as advertised. That lawsuit is still ongoing, by the way. 2018, 2 South Florida McDonald's patrons were named as lead plaintiffs in a suit claiming that dining room patrons were improperly charged when they ordered a quarter pounder with cheese and asked the staff to, wait for it, hold the cheese.
Just order a quarter pounder then.
Nope, I'd charge them more. I would on that. If you are that freaking stupid.
Because you can get a quarter pounder without cheese easy.
Have you seen the quality of people you have behind your cash registers these days? They can't make change, man.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
So if you tell them you want a quarter pounder with cheese, they punch that into the machine. That's what you're paying, and they'll just hold the cheese. The cheaper cheeseless quarter pounders, if you wonder, are available for purchase by just ordering a quarter pounder. It could be anywhere from 30 to 90 cents less, depending on which McDonald's mobile thing you're doing.
Quarter pounder is not, yeah, it is. No.
Yeah.
Quarter pounder is
McDonald's. Whopper is.
Oh, that's right. What was I thinking? Oh, man, did I?
A judge, by the way, dismissed this suit, saying the plaintiffs failed to establish that they were entitled to relief for their unwanted cheese vexation based on any of the three standards they claimed McDonald's violated. Do you know, we were once a world leader. We were once a great, innovative nation.
I got news for you. We still are.
Yeah, but we have this marvelous.
We've just turned everything upside down.
Yeah, that's true. We have now seen, we've replaced all that with, pettiness
and stupidity.
And if you think I'm wrong, wait for the next 2 years. Watch Congress.
Off to Kids Corner.
Hot diggity.
This is where kids talk to their parents. Uh-oh.
Are we talking kids or, to me, kids are under 30.
Right. Well, in some cases, almost up to that age. But they're 3 and 4 and 6-year-olds too.
Bernard is not easy, big fella.
My 6-year-old daughter just caught me getting out of the shower.
That's never happened to any parent before.
It looks like a minion.
Yes. Yes, it does. If I were, jaundiced.
Right. My 5-year-old asked if she could have a brownie, and I started to say no because it was too close to dinner, and she said, "Please, Your Highness." So I asked her where that came from, and she said, matter of factly, "Because you're my queen." So anyway, she's having brownies for dinner.
And breakfast and any other time she wants one.
My daughter is asking the Tooth Fairy for $100 because
shaking down the Tooth Fairy. Well, good on you.
I really like that tooth.
It's a great tooth. It performed admirably.
My kid lost a tooth and plans to put it under her pillow tonight so the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy can meet and hopefully make love connection. And I'm here for it.
Little kids know so much more differently weird things than we did when we were little kids. Don't get me wrong. We knew weird things,
And here you go.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you wakes you up at 5 a.m. asking for cereal and Peppa Pig.
That's exactly true. Yeah. Only in our case, it was, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.